Welcome back to the CalX pregame show. My name is Ryan Zimmerman, and alongside me is Cal Golden Bears defensive end Zionde Johnson. Zionde, thank you so much for joining me.
Of course.
A really nice game for you last Saturday against Oregon State. 4 tackles, including 1.5 sacks. What did you do to prepare for this week, and how are you able to execute on such a high level?
Put in some extra work on Thursdays, come in after practice on Tuesdays, work on pass rush. I actually struggled to get one early in the season, so I made sure to focus on it throughout the rest of the season, and that kind of showed up against Oregon State.
Throughout the season, despite the ups and downs this Golden Bears team has faced, the defense has been as consistent as could be. Their streak of allowing 24 points or less continued to 14 games dating back to last season. How have you been able to maintain a great level of play despite everything that's gone on?
The details, small details. We come in and we break down the film and we get after everything as small as like 6-inch steps. So we spend a lot of time, we got a lot of pride in what we do. We take a lot of time in the film room, breaking it down, coming out a little bit early, getting some steps, staying a little bit later, getting some steps in, making sure even the smallest things like 6-inch steps are correct.
Zionde, you're one of the older players on this team, a redshirt senior, and you're working with a front seven that features a lot of young players. How has it been stepping up into that leadership role this season?
The guys have been real good about it. It hasn't been as hard as you would think it is because a lot of guys are receptive and they want to get better. They see an older veteran player that's been here for 5 years, so it's a lot easier to talk to those guys when they're receptive and they're willing to take any critiques or criticism I have for them, combined with the coaches, and they're going to come along real nicely.
You guys are traveling to Salt Lake City to take on the Utah Utes. This is the first time you two have matched up since 2016 when the Bears won on a goal line stand. How fun was that game for you, and how much of that do you remember?
Oh, I remember every piece of it. I think that was one of my redshirt freshman year, one of my first tackles. And I remember being like somewhere around the 20 area when Looney made that stop, and I just want that feeling again. That was one of the highlights of my college career, and I didn't even really make the play.
Of course, Utah's offense is led by quarterback Tyler Hundley, who is listed as questionable coming into today's game at this time. How much of him have you seen on tape, and what do you think of him as a quarterback?
He's a good dude. I've been watching him on tape. He's athletic. He knows how to move around that pocket, so we don't have to do a good job of containing him. Hopefully I get to see him. I want to see Utah at the best. So I don't wish like anything on anybody. So hopefully get to see him and we watch a tape on him. So it'd be great to be able to execute on the little miscues or anything that he has.
Utah is ranked number 12 in the nation.
Good team.
They are a very well-coached team. They're the defending Pac-12 South champions. How does that factor into your preparation going in to face such a talented team?
It factors in a lot because we got to make sure we take care of we got to tighten up all the little details. This is a team that can win on the margins. They are very good at what they do, and we have to be very good at what we do in order to come up with this win.
How do you think this front seven will contain Tyler Hundley? What do you guys need to do in order to keep him in the pocket and prevent him from using his legs to make the big play?
We got to be mindful of our rush lanes. You can't give him a crease or a seam. He's very athletic, and he's a smart quarterback, so he's going to be able to maneuver in that pocket pretty well. So we're going to make sure we tighten up the little air gaps. Make sure we send little people sometime, help us out. And that's our plan.
All right, Zionde, one last question. The Bears sit at 4-3 coming into this week. Bowl eligibility is certainly on the horizon. What do you think this defense needs to do in order to finish strong and get Cal to their second bowl game in as many years?
I don't think we need to do anything miraculous. We just need to keep playing our game. We're playing the way we've been playing, keep hammering out the little details, we'll be fine.
That was Cal defensive end Zionde Johnson. Zionde, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate your time. We'll be right back with the CalX pregame show right here on 90.7 FM KALX Berkeley, your Cal Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back to Hospavilion, Oregon and Cal in a one-possession game, 25-22 the score. However, following a foul by Addison Patterson, Harris Austin will head to the free throw line for 2 shots at the chance to cut the Duck lead to 1. The crowd at Hospavilion falls silent as Austin receives the basketball. His first shot of the 1-and-1 is good. 25-23 the score. Austin registering his third point of the game with that made free throw. Receives the basketball once again from the referee. The second attempt is in. 25-24. And Oregon looking for some breathing room on offense. It's Pritchard. Waved off a screen from Houston. Instead drives himself on Austin. Whistle goes, and he's called for a charge. That's the second charge taken by Paris Austin on the day. Some incredible defensive positioning from the senior from Oakland. And that's the 9th foul of the half by Oregon. For Pritchard, that's his second foul. He'll have to head to the bench. And now the Bears just one foul away from the double bonus. Austin inbounds to Anticevic, who almost throws a pass away towards Joel Brown. Chandler Lawson cut in front of the pass, just couldn't hang on, and the Bears catch a break. 3:34 left in the first half. Austin and Anticevic go back and forth after the inbounds pass. Double team by Richardson and Mathis. A pass from Austin to South breaks the trap. And with 15 seconds, the Bears go to work on offense. It's Mathis on Austin, who hits Tiemann atop the key. Back to Austin. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. South comes off the screen, receives a pass, drives to his left, has a layup, tries it just a bit too strong. Tiemann, the rebound knocked away. Joel Brown comes up with a loose ball. He tries a layup, no good. Tiemann, another offensive rebound. And it's the third time lucky as the Bears score their 26th point. They take the lead once again over Oregon with 3 minutes to play. The crowd is getting loud here at Haas Pavilion as Oregon looks for a response. Richardson hands off to Patterson. Now atop the key for Duarte. They work it around the perimeter for Shakur Houston. Across court to Lawson. Passing space against Tiemann. Handoff to Houston. Atop the key, Richardson drives on Austin. Left-handed layup off the glass and in. Oregon has their lead right back, 27-26. Grant Anticevic takes the ball up court. Stops on the half-court line. Fortunately, no backcourt call for the Bears. 2:20 left in the first half. Cal trails by just a point. It's 27-26. Kareem South trying to find some separation against Will Richardson. He'll have to make a pass to Austin. Austin to his left gets a screen from Anticevic. Double team kick to it. Wide open. Anticevic in the corner. He tries a three. Splash! 29-27 Bears. Just under 2 minutes to go. The Bears have their lead back. Richardson directing traffic on offense. He calls for a screen from Houston. Off a pick to receive a pass is Duarte driving into the paint on Joel Brown. Whistle goes. They're going to call Brown for a defensive foul. 1:44 left.
Joel Brown. First personal, team's 7.
That's Brown's first foul. And now Chris Duarte heads to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. Oregon is in the bonus. The crowd increases their volume. The first free throw is in. Duarte now up to 12 points in the first half, 4 of 4 from the charity stripe. It's 29-28. Cal still in front. Will Richardson heads to the bench. Addison Patterson takes his place. Duarte receives the basketball from referee Doug Shows. The second attempt is in. Duarte yet to miss from the free throw line. He's made all 5 of his attempts, and it's 29-29. Oregon running full court man-to-man as Austin finally finds some space against Anthony Mathis and crosses the timeline. Cal operates their offense, 90 seconds left in the first half. Bounce pass from South to Brown, now a 1-2 between Brown and South. Picks up his dribble, back to Brown on the wing, finds some space against Houston. Kicks it out to Anticevic, tries to find Austin, but the pass sails out of reach and out of play. Oregon will inbound from midcourt after a turnover.
Will Richardson.
Before the inbounds pass, however, Will Richardson heads back to the floor and takes the place of Addison Patterson. 1:15 left in the first half. Both teams deadlocked at 29. Richardson hits a cutting Duarte. Brown knocked the ball loose, but it only went as far as Chandler Lawson, and Will Richardson can reset from the point. Richardson, around the paint he goes. Bounce pass to Duarte at the free throw line. He retreats to the three-point line. 6 seconds left on the clock. Can't find space against Brown. He has to play it up top to Richardson. Austin giving him no room to breathe. Drives the lane. Takes a layup. No good. But a foul sends Richardson to the line. And Oregon a chance to take their lead back.
Golden Bear foul charge number 3. Harris Austin. First personal foul.
That's the first foul on Austin. 8th on Cal. And Richardson heads to the line for the first time. He'll be the first Oregon player not named Chris Duarte to take his foul shots. Subs upcoming for both teams. A first shot from Richardson hits the back iron and bounces out. Score remains 29-29. The crowd chanting at Richardson as he receives the ball for a second shot. It's in. Oregon's lead is back 30-29. And after making that free throw, Richardson heads to the bench. Addison Patterson back on the floor. Referee signals that Austin can inbound, and he does. It's Kareem South waiting for reinforcements. He'll have Austin 40 seconds left in the first half. South calling for a cut from Joel Brown. He heads from one corner to the other and receives the basketball. Back to South at the half-court logo. And Ticevic pulls up from deep. He's got a three. 32-30 Cal. Shot clock turned off with 25 seconds left in the first half. And Oregon calls a timeout. A clutch shot from Ticevic. He's 2 for 2 from deep. 10 points today. He leads Cal's scorers. And the Bears are back in front. We'll have a quick timeout. But when we return, the final 25 seconds from the first half from Haas Pavilion. You're listening to California Golden Bears basketball on 90.7 FM KALX Berkeley, your Cal Sports Radio Network. 3 up, 3 down, go the Mainers in the top of the 6th. Darren Williams stays on the mound as he looks to keep their deficit at 1. It's 4-3 through 5.5 at Cardines Field. Ryan Zimmerman, the voice of the Sanford Mainers, alongside Stephen Huff, the voice of the Newport Gulls. It's the bottom of the order, Austin James, Peter Cerruto, and Zaid Walker, who look to add on to the advantage.
Yeah, and how about the game Darren Williams had, coming out for his 6th inning of work. Really only got dinged up in his last inning, but throughout the night, just excellent showcase of command.
He'll start off, James, with a fastball just clipping the outside corner, 0-1 on the shortstop.
And we've seen his fastball, curve, slider, and changeup just all really work well out there for him.
Williams right back to work on the rubber. The 0-1, a curveball just a bit low. It froze James, but he gets bailed out by the call of home plate umpire DJ Nadeau.
Yeah, and that was just about, a perfect pitch from Williams. So even though it was called a ball, that's about just what you want from him on the mound.
Williams in his windup. His 1-1 gets a chase on a curveball well out of the zone. James behind 1-2.
Yeah, and it just every time he's been going to that breaking ball, the goals so far really haven't had an answer for it. The only guy that has been able to make contact is Justin Henry Malloy, and he's the best hitter on the Newport Gulls so far this summer.
The 1-2 gets James to chase the fastball up high. Make that 7 strikeouts for Darren Williams. 1 away in the bottom of the 6th.
And what's so impressive about that strikeout is it goes back to the strikeout that we were talking about in the 3rd and 4th and 2nd innings. He's still mixing his spots so well, changing the eye levels of these hitters and sequencing his pitches all the way into the 6th inning. And the Gulls still can't pick up on what him and Turan are doing behind the plate.
Williams starts off Peter Cerruto with a curveball down low, an easy take for the catcher. Cerruto on the day 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. He'll be looking for some redemption here in the middle innings. A fastball wide, 2-0.
And I think the only thing that, I know he had a rough inning last inning, but for Williams, you just got to worry about fatigue at some point.
Williams is shown to be a workhorse for the Mainers this season. It's not the first time he's gone this far into a ball game. In his first start in the Mainers home opener, he went 6 2/3 shutout innings against the Valley Blue Sox.
And so I stand corrected. You don't have to worry about it. You can keep him out there.
The 2-0, a fastball hits its spot. Ceruto shakes his head as he wants to know where that pitch hit, 2-1.
And even that fastball, I mean, the pop in the mitt sounded maybe even faster than what we heard at the beginning of the game, or at least just as fast.
Williams right back to work. The 2-1, another fastball, this one missing at the shoes. A hitter's count for Ceruto, 3-1.
But with this, I mean, good at bat so far from Ceruto. Williams has done well on the mound, but Ceruto not giving way, just waiting for Williams to come into the zone.
Williams able to get a fastball by Ceruto. 3-1 down, now it's 3-2.
Ceruto had the green light there and was swinging. So another 3-2 count for Williams on the mound.
Williams sets. The payoff pitch, a fastball, called ball 4. A very close fastball. Turen was out of the crouch quickly, looked like he was going to throw around the horn, but Peter Ceruto holds up and he gets a reward with a free base.
Yeah, maybe just missing outside. Still an excellent pitch from Williams on the mound, but Ceruto, an excellent eye. I mean, he is a catcher naturally, so he's going to have a good eye for the plate, and was able to watch that one miss for ball 4, and so that's his first time aboard tonight. And sets up Zaid Walker, kind of one of those guys that will act as the table setter for the goals tonight.
Walker takes a fastball that gets the outside corner, 0-1. It's been a quiet day for Walker thus far, 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly out, but again, he's one of those guys that can get it going in a hurry. Ceruto inches off first. Williams taking his time, now the 0-1, a curveball in the dirt. A block by Ryan Turen holds the catcher at first.
Yeah, Walker on the year, 185 average, but still has 11 RBI to his name, so he's been kind of that guy that when he gets out, a lot of times it's productive out, so be that guy that has sack flies, sack bunts, just to move runners along.
The 1-1, a high fly ball, but well out of play. So Williams ahead of yet another goal, this time a 1-2 count with the top of the order looming.
And with him, he typically bats 6, 7, 8 in the order, so he has a lot of guys batting in front of him. So even though the low average is there, he's still been a very productive player for the goals so far this season and has a chance to keep things going for the goals here in the 9-hole.
Williams ready, the 1-2, a curveball grounded to third, but out of play. Walker ahead of that pitch, but he still has a chance to see another one from Darren Williams. His pitch count getting up there, it's over 100 as we speak, but as we've alluded to, Williams not a guy who will come out of the game so easily.
Yeah, and I think if anything is going to take him out of the game at this point, it might be that pitch count, because it certainly doesn't seem to be control or fatigue issues. Might just be the pitch count they have to worry about.
Another 1-2, another foul ball. We'll do it again. Just to give you, the listeners, a refresher on the NECBL's pitch count rules, the max a pitcher can throw in any game is 120. But if he hits that mark in the middle of an at-bat, he is allowed to finish off the hitter. That could come into effect right here. Another 1-2 to Walker, a chopper to second. DiMartino charges, his flip to first, it's just in time. An athletic play by the second baseman, a big second out. However, Ceruto does move up 90 feet, giving an RBI chance to Scott Holzwasser.
Yeah, off the end of the bat for Walker, but what a flip from DiMartino. He knows he has to hurry on that play because Walker has excellent speed out of the box, and so it gloves it and just flips out of the glove over there to Stock at first, and is able to retire Walker for the second out.
So before Holzwasser steps in, CJ Suarez will go to the mound. He'll be joined by Turen and the Maynard infield. He'll let his ace continue to pitch, a big at-bat looming as an insurance run stands in scoring position.
And you know what, I don't mind this call because Darren Williams has pitched, a great game to this point, but you may question it because Scott Holzwasser's at the plate, and that's one of the best batters on the Newport roster. And so you could look at it either way and think it's the right call or question it because of the matchup.
So Williams has a chance to get through 6. His first pitch to Holzwasser popped into shallow center. DiMartino going back on it. He'll make the catch for out number 3. A Herculean effort by Darren Williams keeps the score at 4-3. We're heading into the back third from Cardines Field when we return on the NECBL Broadcast Network.